Hi everyone, this is Heather Loftinen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 414, and I get some form of this question very often, and it is, what do I need to do to be a legit photographer, a legitimate photographer? And I was thinking about that, and really the only thing I could come up with is a camera. You need a camera. I think that's all you need to be a legitimate photographer. But I guess the real question is, what would make you feel like you were a legitimate photographer? Because for some people, they don't feel like they are legitimate until maybe they have a website, or they have a certain number of clients, or maybe they've reached a certain price point, or they have formed an LLC, or maybe it's when you start paying sales tax, you start to feel like a legitimate photographer. But there's no real easy answer to this, because if you feel like you are a photographer, then you are a photographer. And if you remember, I did a video, it was back in episode 154, about what that looks like legally in terms of the IRS and government, because you are permitted to have a hobby as a photographer and earn money. So I'm not going to cover that again, because I'm very careful when I start discussing things regarding the IRS because it's very gray, and I am not an attorney, nor do I dispense legal advice. But I did post a link to an article where the IRS talks about the difference between a hobby and a business. So you can check that out, but you can legally earn money as a photographer without having a business per se. So again, the question is, what do you need to do to be a legitimate photographer? And I think really this is just about mindset and how you are approaching it, because as long as you have a camera and you're taking photos, you are a photographer. Now, there's no like professional licensing bureau for photographers, so there isn't anything like that. But if you want to take it to the next level and feel more professional, then certainly I think that you should have a website. You should absolutely have insurance. I have several episodes regarding insurance. You can check those out. And maybe you want to take it to the next level where you file for an LLC and you get an EIN, an employee identification number. Then you file for a sales tax license in your state. You start collecting and then remitting sales tax. So I don't know at what point for you that would make you feel legitimate. It just really depends on how you approach it. I think it's just a mindset. So I decided very early on to call myself a professional photographer as soon as I felt like I had decent gear, I was getting clients, I was making money, people were calling me. I referred to myself as a professional photographer. It took some time to put the systems in place legally. I'm speaking about specifically sales tax and paying income tax on my income. That takes some time to get together, but there isn't really anything that you need. You just need to get out there, photograph, get some clients, get paid, get things rolling, and then take it one step at a time. And then the next question that follows up with that is, what is the order of operations when you want to become a legitimate professional photographer? And again, this is highly dependent on what your desired goal outcome is and what direction you're heading. For instance, I personally think that if you are starting to earn money from photography, you should have a separate checking account and a separate credit card that are solely used for your photography. And you could do that today. It wouldn't need to necessarily be a business account if you're not there yet. It could just be a separate personal checking account so that you can keep those finances separate. And it would probably be helpful because you could see where you're spending money. Are you making money? Are you profitable? Are you not profitable? So that's my approach on this topic. I hope that you found it useful. If you have any questions to expand on this, let me know and I'll come back with another video. I'll see you then.